I'm in my 2017. First thing is to make sure you can import the OBJ file. You'll need your plugin to do that. Windows, Settings, Preferences, Plugin Manager, and scroll down until you see OBJ. I guess export, I think, is the same. Control to import. The other thing too, and so you just check both of those. I think that controls the import too. And then the other thing is to make sure while we're here that Unfold 3D has been loaded. So check those as well because you'll need that for the UV mapping. So I'll do File, Import. I couldn't tell the difference between these two, so I'll just use this one. And we've got the file in here. The first thing I'm going to do is to see if I can quadrangulate the model, which means right now it's triangulated, it's all triangles, and that makes it hard to select edge loops, which is something we want to do a lot when we're cutting it up for UVs. So I'm going to go to Edit Mesh, Quadrangulate. I don't know if there's any options that would help, but I'll just use the default ones. You can see got rid of a lot of those polygons. Like here's how it was before, and there's how it was after. So it didn't get rid of all of them, but it got rid of a lot. And we could go in and clean up the rest of the model, but you know, that helped, so it's fine. So now I'll just start cutting it up, and the idea is that you just want shapes that'll unfold well, basically. So if you imagine if it was made out of, I don't know, aluminum, and you had to like cut it into squares or something that you could flatten out and then paint on, that's sort of what you're doing. So I'll start out with this cylinder here, and right mouse click on the object, choose edge. I'll double click on this edge, and in this case it went all the way around, which I believe would not have worked if you that was all triangles. You would have to go in and carefully select those. So I like to have this side by side with my UV editor. So I click this side by side button, and then go to Panel, UV editor. I did forget a step actually that I like to do before I start cutting it up. I like to say UV planar. And that's not because we actually want planar UVs, it just makes sure that there's no seams or anything there already, and that it's one solid thing that we can then cut up. So just ignore what that looks like for now. So now, once again, right mouse click edge, double click, just make sure you get that whole edge. And then I can do under the cut, so I have cut, which is also Shift X. Now you don't really see anything on the model, so what I like to do, it's very subtle, but if you go to Display Polygons, Texture Border Edges, what you'll see is that looks a little bit highlighted, a little bit thicker than the rest of them. It's subtle, but it's different. So I might cut this one too, and see it doesn't, I'm double clicking on that edge, it doesn't go all the way around, so we'll just hold down Shift and double click again, and again Shift double click, and keep doing that until we get all the way around, and then again cut, so cut, or Shift X. And then maybe one more up here. Let's try the Shift X this time. Did that work? It's hard to tell. It kind of didn't look like it did. So, I don't know. So I've got those cut out, but I think I want to, like, slice them as well, again, with the idea that you'd be laying this out flat. You'd want to cut along the side too, so yeah, let's not do that. Let's select this one, or is there a better one here? Yeah, maybe this one here. Double click, but I don't want that, so I'm going to control click that one just to slice it up the edge here. and all the way to the center. Okay. Cut. And alright, so we've got that taken care of. Let's maybe cut off the whole top. So just selecting those three. And this is a little more tricky getting in here, but hold down shift, double click. Still holding down shift. And these guys are really small, and it's giving me a little trouble selecting that one little edge, so I'll press 4 to go into wireframe. Then I'll get that one. And maybe we'll send this along the front here. I double clicked and it picked that edge. Just 4 and 5 to switch. How did we do this over here? Okay. A little bit tricky. And again, I'll go into wireframe to pick that edge. Double clicking. Okay, so I got, an edge around that whole top. Cut that. And while we're focusing on the top, let's cut around here. Shift double click there. We've already done this front part, so let's just cut the rest of the way around there. And maybe along the top. Oh, I got some extra edges accidentally. Let's just control click to remove those. And then maybe one along the back here. And probably along the base of this as well. Okay. A little concerned about this thing. What we can try is just see if it'll lay out okay as is, and then if we have to make more cuts afterwards, we will. Okay, so let's do the sides. So these will be kind of easy. I already cut along this top, so I'm going to select this. And I think I can include this rounded part here, so some very small edges. Fortunately, I have to pick them one at a time. Okay. Alright. Cut that. Great. Okay, just exactly the same on this other side. And cut that. Okay, so we've got tops in pretty good shape, sides. Let's do the bottom. I'm thinking, yeah, maybe along there. And we've already got, this and that, and I think that. Did we do that? Not sure. Anyways, it won't hurt it if you do it a second time. It's either cut or it's not. Okay, so the bottom's cut off. Maybe just something around this thing. Okay, I don't like those where that's going so much. Not a super obvious place to cut this thing off, but yeah, this is tricky because there's all these little... God, why is there so many little edges there? I mean, you might go in and delete a bunch of those edges before doing this, but let's not give ourselves too much work here. Just pick that one. Oh yeah, that's tricky right there. Look at that. Oh, it's different over there. Okay. And where do we want to cut here? Jeez. Maybe along the bottom of this dense thing. Oops. Undo that. I guess it's a little different on either side, right? It's not... Just getting confused at trying to... That goes... Should go next to this, I see, and then it goes back again. That is different on this side. Alright, well... Yeah, look there, different. Alright, so I'll just... It doesn't really matter, it doesn't have to be the same on both sides, as long as it cuts all the way around this thing. I'm not in love with that, but it should suffice. Okay. And then, now that that's sort of sliced off, you need at least one cut, going along so it can kind of flatten out. It could be that my quadrangulate messed up the mesh a little bit, but then again, it also saved us some time in making these cuts, so... Okay, I don't want anything beyond here. I'm just control selecting those. Okay. Actually, I might sort of continue that because this thing should be probably cut there as well. Okay. Alright. So I think that should suffice, and that's just the back that I'm concerned about now. So I believe we've cut all the way around at one point, and let's do that for the, that inside edge, and then make sure it's also split it. Oops. Just one of these corners. Got that inside edge, and then split along there. Cut. Okay, and then for each of these circle things, we'll go around the base. Just hit F to frame selected with that. The edges selected helps focus the camera on that thing. Okay, I'll just do all of them at the same time. Whoops, not that one, double. Whoa! Let's not do all of them at the same time. So let's cut that one. And cut this one. Oh. Didn't go all the way around. I wonder if that one did. Looks like it did. Okay, good. That appears to go all the way around. Okay. And then we want a cut, that goes just to like the center of it. From that. Yeah, this doesn't quite go right to the center. Well, we'll see how that does. If that unfolds okay. I don't know. Alright, so feeling pretty good about this now. We'll just have to see how it lays out. So it's a good time to save now. Save scene as. What was it called? Portal gun? I'll just call it gun. I don't know. Okay. Now is the moment of truth where we right mouse click, UV, select all the UVs, and we'll go to modify, unfold. Just check the options here. Yeah, we want the unfold 3D, and we'll just use the default. And okay, that looks like a total mess. So I must have missed some cuts somewhere or something. We'll see. So let's just start trying to select shells. Okay, well that one's alright. That looks good. And that looks good. And this, actually these look okay, most of these shells. I don't know why they're all on top of each other. Maybe it doesn't lay them out by default. Actually, before we spend too much time, let's just go to modify, layout. Oh yeah, hey, look at that. Actually, that was looking okay. I'm thinking maybe that could be cut there. It's looking a little pinched here. Is that separate? Yeah, that's separate. That's good. You could get these more organized. You can move these around, but so the thing to do now is to look at the checker. So let's see. And what you want is you want a fairly even checker. It does look. What you want to avoid is a lot of stretching and squeezing. And there's a little bit of weirdness here, but it's not too bad. My big concern right now is this side that somehow didn't unfold because we're not seeing any checkers there, but it's sure, I don't know, that's kind of weird. Control right mouse click, 2 UVs, so I've selected all the UVs of that. It would appear for some reason those are part of the same shell, which is very strange. But that these aren't? UV shell, that. Can I just lay out a shell? I mean, unfold a shell? I don't know. Let's just go and just double check our cuts and try again. So I'm just going to make sure that I did indeed cut all these. They look like they are, but something's gone wrong. They sure look cut. Cut. Okay, let's just try this side. Okay. Cut. Okay. Let's just re-unfold the whole thing now. Right mouse click, UV, UV, select all the UVs, modify, unfold. Didn't really look like it did anything. Modify, layout. Something's going wrong with the sides of this thing, and I don't know why. Besides that, it's actually, I mean, looking pretty functional. Like you could just start painting, but these sure are weird. We go to pick that shell. It's like it has no area. Let's turn off this checker for a moment and just... everything else is just looking really good, except for those. Those strange sides. Let's go ahead just for fun and delete history off of this. If I type history, okay. And then try laying out again. I mean, unfolding again. Still the same strange problem. Just for fun, I'm going to assign a a new material assign new material, and Lambert, and then map a checker onto that, and then press 6 here. Yeah, it's not showing up at all on the sides. So it makes me think something's funny with the model itself. But it looks fine. I don't know. Let me do this. Just select this edge and cut that one. And I'll do the same on the other side. Just as something to try. Yeah, it's interesting. The bottom's not working either. So maybe that's somehow related. And now let's try laying it out again. Or unfolding again, I mean. Doesn't look any better. Yeah, no, still getting that. Okay, so now let's just try, I'm going to add some edges. I'm going to do Control-Shift-X to get my multi-cut tool, and just going to add some cuts to this. Just trying to modify the model to... That's interesting. So the fact that it won't cut across here... Oh no, it is cutting across there. Okay. Delete history off that. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Okay. UV. Okay. Let's separate these. From the rest of the model. See if we can... This is the point where I'm just trying stuff because I have no idea really what I've done should have worked. So I've selected around there, and what I'm going to say is edit mesh, extract. Didn't like that. Oh, I have to just select faces. Oh. Let's see if I can convert that to the control click. Oops. Control click. Two faces. Got a couple extra ones here. Just control click to deselect those. Okay. Edit mesh, extract. So this is a whole separate object now, and I'm gonna do a UV planar map on that. Interesting. So that's getting the checker thing now, and now let's do UV. Unfold and see what we get. I can't think of any reason why this wouldn't work while it's attached to the object, but I've sort of ran out of ideas. I don't. Interesting what happens when I combine this again. I guess let's do the other side. Well, let's put it back and see if that works first. So I'm going to put the pivot point at the corner just to make sure, as I'll hold down the D and V key and middle mouse drag, and it should snap to that corner. And now I'll hold down just the V key and middle mouse drag, and it should snap right in place. And then I'll shift select this surface and do a mesh combine, all that. And just do layout. Select this shell here. Well, no, that's right. I mean, that it doesn't make sense why that worked, but it was sort of a workaround. Let's just double check that we don't have a double set of CVs in the corners here. And we do. So we'll fix that in a minute. This should not be necessary, but I don't know what else to do. So I'm going to do the same thing over here and with the bottom, I guess. Again, this is not a normal workflow. It was an idea to solve a very strange problem. And okay. Oh, I forgot. I'm supposed to do faces, right? Okay, let's do faces. If I do shift period, oh yeah, that does just grows the selection, and I'll go to the top, and I'll just control select there. Should be left with just that. Okay. Yeah, once again, I will do edit mesh, extract, and I didn't really need to move it away from the surface. I just, just to visualize. So now I'll unfold this. Oh, I was right. I did the first. I did the planar map. Then I unfolded it. Great. Okay. And let's just recombine that with the rest. Mesh, combine. Okay. And just look at the checkers now. And then I just got to do the same for that bottom. Oh, you know what I can do though is I can go to UV shell. And I should be able to convert that control right mouse click to faces. Oh no, it's still selected extra faces. I'll just control select. Okay. And I'll just go through that strange process. Edit mesh, extract. UV planar, modify, unfold, it unfolds, mesh, combine. And I was getting those, there's like, because I combined it back together, there's extra vertices. So what I can do is just go to vertex, select all the vertices, and then I can go edit mesh, merge options, and with this very low threshold, that should be alright. And so now if I marquee select one of those, there's still two? Oh, I moved it too. Oh, that's why there was two. Let me just select that more carefully. No, we're good. Alright, so that was way harder than it should have been. Layout, non-manifold. Oh, okay. So now let's do mesh, clean up, and clean up any non-manifold geometry. I'll delete the history, edit delete by type history, and see if the layout works now. Okay, yeah, it's laid out. Yeah. Checkers look okay. I mean, it's too big there. You could scale that shell down if you wanted to. I probably would. UV shell. Wait. Oh, actually, no, sorry, scale it up. So it's a little closer to the rest of these. And then lay it out again. Okay. That looks a little bit more even. Yeah. Okay, well that was a bumpy ride, but I'm going to go ahead and save. This should be a workable set of UVs for a paint program now.